We're looking live at a beautiful fly-in to Everbank Field in Jacksonville. But even if you closed your eyes, Brock, you'd still know exactly where you were by the rallying cry of the Jaguar faithful in the stands. Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off from Jacksonville. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Pollard. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Devin Lloyd on the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
His first throw is an interception. Foye Oluokun with the pick. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have, but boy, can it set a tone early.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Here's Chestnut on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick 6. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over him.
3rd and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. They're going for this. Big game downfield. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
He beams one deep right side. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, But he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Second and 10 now. He's loaded another one up. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Intended target was Calvin Ridley. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Back now, pressure on its way. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And that brings up 4th and long.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
The Titans sending out Ryan Stone. Oh, and they fake it. Wait for it on the fake, but he couldn't connect with his man. Incomplete. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs. The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm gun. 11.
Lawrence starting with a throw. His first throw is an interception. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And the Titans are going to take over after the interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And that's good for a gain of 5. Chad Muma there to bring him down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 21. Intercepted, but oh, wait. Officials say that he wasn't in bounds. The offense can let out a little sigh of relief.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Call it 4 yards, and we'll see what they do now from 4th and short in this spot. Spears running behind center. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on downs. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Hey.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Shot alert!
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. He's contained at the line for no gain. Arden Key there for the stop. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
All right, let's go.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Hey, Lion! guys are hungry? Silver.
Here's Etienne on first down. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Tackled there by Jerome Baker. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
13, Lou. Lou. Red.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. 7-0 is our score. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football.
Hey, run.
They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive.
Silver.
Counter give to Etienne. He'll cobble together a yard there. It's Kenneth Murray on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Hurt. Here we go.
Etienne again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Lawrence throwing here. This throw is cut. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
24. Here we go.
Lawrence now off the play action. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Red on red.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this is a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Complete on the option. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
On red.
And this is caught. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 13-0 lead. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Into the hands of Okonkwo. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
79.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Second.
Hey, yo, fresh out the fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Blap, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Hey, break down, stay down. Look what I make now. Hit boy, earthquake, boy, it's a shakedown. I done so much work, they think it's fake now. Big fish, every beat is just bait now. Got rich, some switch, they try to hate now. Leave, I'm straight, I got a rake now. Need cheese, cash app, Venmo or PayPal. Turned up to the max, I'm finna break down. Flow water, big trip, boy, this a gray cloud. Highlights, ball is life, my whole take, wow. Big boss, hella chicken, I feel like Rick Ross. Why you going so damn hard? They got me off. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. Hit boy, work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, D's. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. These new can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury. Luxury. Ha, these luxury. Ha, luxury. Ha, ha, they can't with me. Slow it. I ain't finna stop till they make the rap blow it. Shout out Yaya, she was with me at my lowest. Best baby daddy in the world and you know it. I thought that I was done, he said hop back in. Made it to the league, this is not Pac-10. Headline set, that's a big back end. Let the beat drop, bring that back in. Fresh out the beta game in my jeans. Black, slap, what do that mean? It mean that banging. Have my hand out, let me hang. Ay, these no can't with me. If I do a song with you, that's a luxury. If hit boy work with you, that's a luxury. Don't step on my Crocs, these luxury.
Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight. It didn't. In it for the long haul flight. Committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite. I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite. They timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight. I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look, hey. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it. All about it till we spoke in person. Don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough. Toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up? Another number in the round up. Put the town up. I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA 4. All the kids sing along like EIO. Every time when they see my show. Thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, didn't. In it for the long haul flight. Committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite. I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite. They timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight. I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look, hey.
Esto es talento, we favor and you got no skill. I got drive, baby, ustedes son roadkill. Yeah, ya te dije, no están en mi carta perder. De pequeño estoy ungido, baby, y ese es mi flex. No me dieron nada por lo mío, José. 360 is your deal, man, I couldn't be me. Pa' mi frequency, te frequently. Matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money. bien titánico. Out my way, I ain't built this in a day, but you know I'm here now to stay. I'm hungry, boy, I'm not here to play.
Thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite.